Joining us now from St. Thomas, head men's basketball coach Johnny Tower, student athletes Brooks Allen, Andrew Rohde. Normal format will be an opening statement from coach. We'll turn it over to questions for the student athletes. Once we dismiss them, we'll come back to questions for coach. As always, please state your name and organization. Go ahead with your opening statement, coach.
Yeah, I thought it was an incredible basketball game. Oral Roberts is a championship team. I think one of the best teams in the country, and we have so much respect for them, for Paul, for the way they play. I mean, they're really talented. They're really well coached. I think they play the right way. They're unselfish, and so to play against them, and I thought we went toe to toe with them for 40 minutes. I couldn't be proud of our guys. I told them that I thought they had competed like champions. We're not going to be the champions of this tournament this year, but I did feel like throughout the course of the year, this journey, they represented our university incredibly well. The way they compete, we talk a lot about competitive joy and just cherishing every moment out on the court together. I thought they did that phenomenally well, and it really is in our journey in Division I. 3 years ago, we were playing a Division III national tournament game in Platteville. COVID hit. Brooks wasn't getting any minutes on that Division III team. And, you look at today, he has 17 points. He scored 9 points in his Division III career in 2 years. Andrew was a sophomore. You look at the stories of all of our guys, the 4 guys who have been with us for so long, the 4 freshmen and everybody else. It's really been a magical journey, and, you just love being with them every day. And, so excited about the journey we're on. Our administration, Phil Eston, and all of our leadership team, what we're doing, I think, is a special story, not just at our school, but it's something that hasn't been done before. And it's just an honor to coach these guys, and disappointed by the outcome tonight, but could not be prouder of how our guys played.
Go ahead with questions.
Tim here, reaching the summit. Brooks, just talk about all of this from D3 to now, just magical run. You really went out with a fight tonight. Can't ask much more than that.
Yeah, I mean, from the D3 days to now, there's been a lot of ups and downs. I've loved every minute of it. I've loved putting on the purple and gray. Just really gonna miss the guys in the locker room. Just got out of kind of an emotional moment in there. That's the main thing I'm gonna miss. I think just my teammates. No one team's the same from one year to another, and I'm always gonna cherish those memories on and off the court with those guys.
Andrew, another big game for you tonight. Now, last night going against Massner, tonight going against Ace. You never cease to be overwhelmed by the situation. You hit a big shot there at the end. Just talk about this experience for you. What you expected coming here, St. Thomas, to playing two great events or 2 great games here tonight for this weekend.
I mean, coming in, we expected to win. Like, we expect to win every game we go into, but I give all the credit to my teammates and coaches kind of preparing me for how to guard their other guys' plays. They always got my back with the help sides.
Todd, can reach the summit. Question for both of you guys, since no one else is raising their hand. Brooks, if I were to tell you 3 years ago you'd score 17 points and have 7 rebounds in a Division I tournament game, what would you have said? And then Andrew, what do you think the biggest thing you've learned from the day you stepped on campus to today?
I would not have believed you. I mean, going back to the D3 days, not really playing much. I would have been happy just to have a spot on the team, and just crazy how the whole thing's progressed. And it's honestly a credit to what Andrew said, my teammates and my coaches. A lot of things in life is just about having the right situation. In basketball, having the right system. I think a lot of it's just a credit to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to just focus on one thing that I learned, because there's been a lot of ups and downs. I learned so much throughout this year, being on the court and off the court with these guys. But I think the biggest thing is trusting your coaches, trusting your teammates. That's how teams win games, and that's how teams stay together through all the ups and downs.
Brooks, Andrew, thank you. You guys can head back to that. Go ahead with questions for coach.
Tim here again, reaching Southern coach. One thing that has been kind of a struggle for you guys all year is rebounding. Tonight, you 44 all. Just talk about the effort that these guys gave tonight, going out with a fight.
Yeah, we had 16 offensive rebounds tonight to their 9. So if you look at the ratios of offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, it was really better than even 44-44 when you look at it that way. And Parker and Johnny were, I think, awesome in that respect. And yeah, we aren't the biggest team. It's certainly been something that we've talked a lot about coming out of last night's game. Certainly talked about it more today. But our guys are tough. I mean, they're willing to compete and mix it up. And we, you know, a lot of games we're playing freshmen 90 or 95 minutes a game. And so some of it is just their seasoning and them getting bigger and stronger. But I love how our guys battle.
Coach Ian Sachs, Teleland Sports. You nearly double your win total from last year, your first year in Division I. You mentioned about how much of a journey that it has been. How does a game like this, where you take the top team down to the wire, catapult you for moving forward?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of games like that, that, when you talk about having signature wins or having progress, and progress isn't always linear. Beating North Dakota State at home this year, beating South Dakota State at home. We had a 1-possession game with Oral Roberts. But those are all, I think, growth milestones. You want the outcome to go your way. But I think when I look across the 33 games we played this year, and it's not always fair to compare one year to another because we're not the same team. They're not the same teams. But I think, our size, our athleticism, our competitiveness, we have veterans who have played a season of Division I. And then I think our freshmen are really special. And so it's a combination of a lot of factors, but it was certainly a special season, and we're pleased with our progress, but also incredibly excited about the future at St. Thomas.
Top came reaching the summit. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Brooks. 3 years ago, I'd come to you and say, you're gonna be coaching a game in the Summer League tournament. Second game, actually. What would you say?
Yeah, I probably similar to Brooks. I don't know that I would have believed it. And it really is. We joke all the time, Phil, Corey, just the things that we've seen over the last 3 years in this journey. And so much of the work is done behind the scenes. And I think our program and our athletic department, the way we're positioned, is something that it's not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. And so we're in year 2, and it's easy to point to this number of wins in year 2. And the reality is, Phil talks all the time about, we're trying to do this over a long period of time to establish something that's sustainable. And I think we did that really well in Division III. I'm really proud of how our guys, and not just our guys, but our athletes across the department are doing that. But you do have to pinch yourself sometime because, you look at Riley, Brooks, Parker, and Will. Those guys, each one of their stories, I'm biased, but it could be a little Disney movie because it's truly one of those things where they believed in one another, they believed in themselves, and they are helping our program continue to develop at this level.
We'll go last question right here. Tim here again. Now that you guys have been here, 2 games under your belt in the tournament, how are you gonna tell your storyteller, John, stuff like that? How are you gonna tell this future recruits about young St. Thomas and the Summer League tournament that they get to play in down here Falls next year?
Yeah, recruiting is really important, and there's so many special things about St. Thomas. I think our future is really bright. Playing in an event like this is very memorable. It's incredible. The crowd support. It's just a first class event. And so as I look down the road broadly for our recruits, we have a new arena that's coming in the near future. We've got events like this. We have our academics at St. Thomas. There's so many things to sell. And so this is certainly another part of it. And I know our guys relish the opportunity to get to come here this year. And we're very grateful for everybody who made it possible.
Thanks, John.